Lucille Clifton mansion we have in this room, don't we? What a wonderful, wonderful occasion. Lucille Clifton, my relationship with her began with my mother giving me her book of poems when I was 17, and I really had never had a book of poems by a living American poet. And I could not believe she actually lived in Maryland. I was so thrilled. And I can't say I understood the poems. You know, you talk about them being accessible, but I didn't know how to read poetry. I did not know how to read contemporary poetry, but I fell in love with the way they looked on the page. I fell in love with how small they were. And then when I actually met her, when I was, I think, out of college, and heard her read her poems, that's when I knew what poems were. For me, it was hearing them out loud. That's when you feel the poem go in you. She was truly my guide, and will continue to be. When I think about, when I was preparing for today, I was thinking about everything she said. You know, there are very few people in this world where everything they say has value. And everything she said had value, and I did not ever want to forget any word she said. But she said things like, those of you that write know this stuff. She said, follow the poem. When you write, follow the poem. Don't follow your own ego. Follow the poem. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was cool. I'm gonna follow the poem. It's my new boss. You know, I just thought, I didn't know. I'm gonna follow the poem. So I have spent my whole life just doing that, just following the poem. That seemed interesting enough to me. She said, you may know this, she said, if you hunt for poems, they run. You know that, right? If you hunt for the poem, it runs. It's very hard to learn as a poet, because you have your pen. She said, leave your ego at the door when you do your work. You work for the poem, but you leave your ego at the door. Do your work. She said, you know, the famous, Carla, I'm sorry I missed your intro, but you may have said that her mission was, the poet's mission was to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. Which, you know, is wonderful. But she said the poet's mission for the poem is to get out of the way of the poem. Very weird when you're first writing to think about that your job as a poet is to get out of the way of your poem. But that's what I've tried to do. It meant so much to me to hear that. It was like people, the way she talked. You know this, don't you? The way she talked is not like anybody else talked that way. Everybody else is telling you how to revise things, right? How to work on your craft. Lucille Clifton said, you learn about your own intuition. That's what you follow. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do the rest of my life. I'm going to develop my own intuition. You know, I thought that was very cool. And I thought, where in this country are we encouraged to follow our own intuition? So, what a gift she is to us all.